So, the big event, the big fight, the end all fights. Roos versus Preston Vance, Dark Order number 10. It is the clash of the Titans, and Orange Cassidy comes in and wrecks it. Orange Cassidy, you fool. You had a chance to be off this week, and you dead said, I'm going to work. Yeah, what was looking like to be the big payoff to Dark Order number 10 versus Rush, or Rush, as I like to say because I keep thinking Rush, but not Rush. This was a feud that's been going on for a while since Andrade El Idolo happened, and then the controversy with Andrade El Idolo, such as starting a fight, and it's apparently trying to get fired from AEW in order to go back to WWE to be with his wife, and because Triple H is running the show now, and not Vince McMahon, and therefore he's peaceful about it, therefore we don't have to deal with petty Vince. So, yeah, we're kind of in a rock and a hard place with this. But, yeah. Right now, Andrade is currently off, and currently no idea what's going on with him. Ever since his little beef with Sammy Guevara. Yeah. The big feud that was going on is now over for now, but Preston Vance is instead taking on the form of Roofs, and the feud looked like it was going to get this big epic fight. I mean, like, for what you can do on Rampage. Instead, Orange Cassidy's like, up. Okay, we're just gonna make it a title match. Yeah, I don't know why they made it a title match. I think they were like, well, WWE did it, let's do it here. I don't know. Like, it's one of those weird, like, I'm all for a title match, but like, I don't get it. Like, if OC was previously in war stories with Preston Vance or Roos, I at least would get it. But that's not what's going on here. He's just like, he brings his bag in, holds the title. Oh, I have not seen anyone bash the living life out of Orange Cassidy holding having the belts, the All Atlantic Championship in his bag. Whereas everyone had a stank over Roman Reigns when he had the title behind his back, holding it like his own personal duffel bag, not a duffel bag, just like a sack. So I'm just saying. But yeah, Roos and Orange Cassidy and Preston Vance have decided we're going to make this a triple threat match because OC is currently off his rocks again. So we got to do this triple threat match to sell something at the Daily's place. Since we're live, we got to make it special. And, well, yeah. So in the original footage, Tony Khan was in the video drinking a beer, and then he said, "Book it." So he's at least there. It at least makes sense that he's there because it's Tony Khan. And then you realize the Elite will not be having their being the Elite for a bit because of everything that's happened, so we won't see them reunionize at Daily's place or have a moment with the fact Heyman's hurt. Yeah, that's the reason why I did not talk about the Jon Moxley match, because the match ended so prematurely, and it was like, I don't know how to feel about, I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, Orange Cassidy, I thought like Roosh and Preston Vance were going at it, fighting, trading blows once another, whereas Orange Cassidy's like, okay, I'm getting ready. Okay, I could just watch this and I could probably take the pin, right? Yeah, I'm Orange Cassidy. But instead he decides, because he doesn't understand the definition of being a smart guy, he decides, I'm going to do my kicks. Yeah. And then Roosh ruins it by destroying Preston Vance, and then tries to go after Orange Cassidy. And you would think by this point they would know how to work Orange Cassidy's shtick. I think that's I think Orange Cassidy can only have that happen if it's Pac or Will Ospreay. But mostly Pac. Because Pac looks at, like Orange Cassidy can say he looks at Pac the same way Pete Dunne looks at Matt Riddle. Those were fun times. So anyways, oh man. Now I suddenly want to see Pac and Orange Cassidy do a tag team stint where it's Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, but AEW's interpretation of how that could go. Okay, moving on. So, Roosh is great. I'm glad he's finally getting a title opportunity. Preston Vance, he's been long overdue to get another title shot match. Orange Cassidy, he's just there because he's just there. We need to justify him holding the belt. Even though we're still should have called it the Intercontinental or the International Championship. It would have made more sense. Because none of these two, well, maybe Preston Vance and Orange Cassidy, are saying they're on the Atlantic side of the world. I'm like, other than them being in Florida, but really, who wants to really talk about Florida these days? But, yeah. Roosh is not the fall guy. He's not the fall guy in this match, surprisingly. It's Preston Vance. Oh, we saw -1. Brody Lee Jr. Yay! Cue mandatory Brody Lee exploitation nonsense that makes no sense whatsoever from the tribalist community of wrestling. Even though he -1, I don't think he's been around since the last time we were at Daly's place. But we gotta be selective about that process. But, yeah. And Danhausen's there because Danhausen's fun. But I'm gonna miss Hook Hansen. It was funny. So he curses Jose the assistant and then kicks him and then punches him in the you-know-where. And Bruce just has fun and pushes Danhausen in front of Orange Cassidy. In fact, I got surprised when I thought about it. I was like, oh, Jose's gonna like duck and he's gonna inadvertently curse Orange Cassidy. No. That actually would have been a good twist. No. And then we could, like, here's the thing. That would have been perfect comedy gold right there. In my eyes. Like, imagine Orange Cassidy gets cursed by Danhausen with a nice, very evil. And Orange Cassidy still wins the match. And Danhausen's like, no one has ever broken the Danhausen curse. Is it possible that Orange Cassidy's laid back this? Is my kryptonite? And then we get several weeks of Danhausen like trying to study Orange Cassidy more weirdly than usual, like he did with Hook, and that could have led to some shenanigans happening on TV. Like, come on, I'm coming up with ideas here. Tony, pay me still. But instead, you didn't do that. You just went direct approach route and just had Jose lose his chance of having kids. But Roosh, oh man, I like his stuff in Ring of Honor. Like, his match at Ring of Honor's last pay-per-view recently was awesome against his brother Dragon Lee. If I got that correct, I haven't watched the pay-per-view in a while. But Preston Vance, it was like, it just feels like the story was being there for Preston Vance and Andrade. Like, it shows how things have gone off the deep end. Preston Vance set to fight Andrade, feud with Andrade, then Andrade gets in trouble, gets sent home for a little bit, then, okay, we'll find a way to keep it going. Roosh, you fight Preston Vance, and then it's like, okay, we gotta get these two finally go head to head, and this whole story, nope, we're gonna have Orange Cassidy come in and just be like, I'm Orange Cassidy, bro. And we get a championship match somehow because they're de-emphasizing the rankings this year because of all the injuries, if I'm correct, all the injuries and all that nonsense that happened, and they were like, well, we don't know what to do with this. And now, here we are. Well, let's hope next year the ranking system's put back in place and we get some stability. But yeah, everyone knew Orange Cassidy wasn't going to lose. It would have been Orange Cassidy losing the belt like AEW doesn't want another TNT title disaster where they kept trading it back and forth with other people in the span of a month. That was a disaster. Then Cody got sick, and then it went to Sammy Guevara with the interim belt, and then they did a unification match, and then they did another unification match, and then Wardlow's currently doing whatever with it with Samoa Joe because I don't know. I generally do not know why Wardlow and Joe, cool tag team, Ward Joe. Why are they teaming up though? Because they hate the embassy and now the kingdom. Okay, but like they're not tag teams though. They're holding single titles. Can we get some importance on the single titles, including the belt that has not been? Wait, when was the last time it was actually defended? The TNT belt. Back to this day, I still feel like All Out should have had the 6-man tag team match be a winner-take-all match. We got the enemy team of Scorpio Sky and the Motion Machine Guns. They should have had a chance to fight for all the titles, take the belts off of Wardlow and FTR in a 6-man tag team match, and they didn't go that route. Instead, they just went, there's no stakes involved, it's just a 6-man tag team match. We didn't think that through, did we? So yeah, I don't know. So congrats to Orange Cassidy, man. And Roosh and Preston Vance look like they're going to continue their feud because they just got backed up another week. And we don't know what's going to go on that front, but let's hope Orange Cassidy has fun with the All-Atlantic belt, and hopefully no one gets pissed off about it, how he presents himself with it, except for the one cornet guy. So, yeah, props to that. This is Neo-Reality on Taylor the WrestleVerse, NRE the WrestleVerse, and here's the new logo right here, huh? Like it? Yeah. So, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out the other content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you all again next time. Peace and take care. Have a good day, and keep on wrestling.